This is the golden rule. Let's talk about it. We don't gotta walk around it. Your Bluetooth, the new tennis shoe. We finding new balance. Faith, family, and talents. How we find God around it. Each y'all got the ox now. This your favorite channel. What we on Faith Talk? This a good space to talk. We gon' cross every road if we got a jaywalk. What we on sports now? No, this ain't Sports Center, but ever since Acock, the boy had the sport in him. Man of the house now. What we talking family ties? My dogs won't talk to me. Surely I'm a family guy. You can bring the conversation to me, get it analyzed. Men lie, women lie, the truth should be baptized. Whatever you put into this world is what you getting back. So while you listening in your car, try and sit with that. While you listening in the gym, try and lift the mat. This is Podcasting Cool. Welcome to the Golden Rule. It's golden, baby.
And my pops, man, still that time, man. Do what you need to do. It's still that time with them boys, and you pay me a huge compliment because again, those two dudes, man, are the genesis of a lot of what's happening and what's going on in my life right now. And I'll add this, Dreon, shout out to Navy boy Dre out there in Virginia. I'm about to be a grandfather here pretty soon. He's made me a granddad.
Come on, man. Little Dreon.
Yeah, man. Little baby Ophelia is coming. Yeah, Dreon is about to have and shout to Eileen, his beautiful lady. He need to go on and wipe that up. We done had that conversation too. But
don't worry about it.
Yeah, Dreon is one who kind of worries me a little bit because he a little shoulder dude's a little bit of a loose cannon from time to time with that mouth, and he's super sarcastic, and I think he gets that from me for sure. And Draylon is very quiet and reserved, almost I dare say kind of shy, and it was one of the biggest pleasures of my life being his coach. The entire time he was in middle school, I got to coach him a couple years while he was in high school. And this is why that thing that occurred and happened over there at the school. And I try not to bring this up too much because I don't want to rehearse it and keep going over it. It was so ugly though, because that kind of drove a wedge between he and I. And again, you knew what I had to go through in order to get back in that position, in order to be able to spend that time with him and continue to cultivate and maybe even have that influence in his life. And there's a lot of, guys who coach athletics, and I don't care what anybody says. I mean, look at Dion and his kids. There's nothing like coaching and having your kids and you're their coach. The same was true for me and my dad. The same was true for me and Draylon. And when that situation happened, man, some things got really ugly. But this is the good part that comes out of that. And I don't know, maybe one day he'll go back and watch this podcast with me and a homie. The way that he handled himself after everything went down, he set an example for some grown men who cannot hold a candle to him as a man in terms of their character, in terms of their athleticism or anything like that. I think he set such a good example, and he represented that name, that Swanson name, man, so well. And again, it goes right in line with what you said, man. I just am so proud of my two boys. And again, they're not perfect men at all. But I think that they it's important to them to make me proud, which also not only makes me proud, but it makes my dad proud. And it's something that I think that they continue to pay forward because it's what they would expect, what dad would expect of them, man. So I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
Oh, man. And I know them boys, man, like they look up to you, bro. I know they do, bro, for real. And that's to be quite honest with you, man, that's what I'm chasing. Honestly, man, I just want my kids to look up to me as well, man. I try my very best to make sure that CJ, and I got a lot of work to do, man. To make sure that CJ can look doesn't have to look past his dinner table, man. And
we all do.
Yeah, we all do. That page. I witnessed that with you.
Yeah, so
as
not to
well.
cut you off, right? But
Yeah, you good.
you know, the boys are 23. The boys are 23 and 20 now. Um,
Yeah.
and
Right.
I'm sure that they would tell you that I get on their nerves because I'm always calling, texting, sending Bible scriptures and whatnot. Um,
Yeah.
you know, trying to continue to be a present force. So if there's any
Sure.
advice that I could give you, that is to figure out a way to steal that time. Ultimately,
Yeah.
Eddie, I think the thing that separates the haves from the have-nots and those who have it from those who don't, again, is that discipline, but it's also that time that we spend pouring into our kids, the time that we spend sitting down, and a lot of it, they're gonna feel like, oh, you lecturing me all the time, and you this and you that. Yeah, but you need to hear this because when you get out here on your own, my guy, I don't want you bumping your head up against this deal, because then guess what? You're gonna be coming back at me looking at, there's so many stories and so many situations where, there's these failure launch kind of kids, man, who can't get it right, who
Yeah.
become a burden on their, on their parents and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and I don't want to say nothing crazy about anybody, but I'm the mission is to create self-sufficient, autonomous individuals, kids who can
Hmm.
go out here and fend for themselves. And my boys have been able to do that again through the marriage or through the joining of character and education, man. Character and education, they both mean something. They both
100%.
mean something.
100%, bro.
Yes, sir.
Um, man, them boys, man, I tell you, man, I'm proud of them too, man. Draylon, man, I'm proud of y'all, man. If y'all never
I
heard that, I'm so
appreciate that. I'm proud of them too. Yes, sir. I
hey,
appreciate
I
it.
remember I remember when them
That's
kids was
short.
little.
Go ahead. I know where you're going.
Man, I can't believe it. 23 and 20, man. That's crazy, man.
20, man. 20 years old, man. And good looking dude. Everywhere we go,
Yeah.
girls salivate over Draymond, man. It's crazy. And he's so self-conscious and so just wants to be and fly up underneath the radar, man. And
Yeah.
I'm so in love with those guys, man, and the men that they have grown into and become. I just continue, I hope and pray that that these guys continue to work on developing, a
Yeah.
relationship with the Lord, man, and also too that they just stay focused on whatever goals it is that they want and things that they want to achieve for themselves, man. Because I think sky's the limit for both of them dudes, man. I
For
really
sure.
do.
You did a good job,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
You set the
And
foundation,
listen,
man. So
and so are you. The thing is that you probably won't know until certain situations and whatnot arise. But while I'm at it, I want to say thank you to you and your beautiful wife, man, your kids for opening up our home a couple short months ago, bro.
yeah,
When we kind of
it
got
was my
in a bond coming back from NYC.
yeah,
And then I just appreciate that. It was beautiful to get a glimpse into what you're doing behind the scenes and how it is
Mhm.
that you are taking the reins and you're a leader in your own household and how you raising those two. And listen, if you would allow me this too, it takes a very big man to step into the role and fill the shoes for another man.
Mhm.
For a child that he did not father. And so, my hat, I tip my cap to you, bro, because that's something that I often have talked about that will be a challenge for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And the truth is that I'm doing that I feel like on a different, maybe even a bigger scale. But man, it just goes to say, or goes without saying, man, just how much those boys gravitate to you. CJ,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and just how much I think how fond he is of you, man. So
Yeah.
that speaks a great deal to the job that you're doing, man. So don't feel like you're not
Appreciate
getting that mission accomplished, family.
Hey, that's CJ's my guy, man. And it for me, it was a lot easier for me because I had a stepfather who played a huge role in my life as a man. So I felt like shoot, I owe it back. My stepfather did it for me. So I owe it to this young fella not to not to fail him in that area of helping him become the man he needs to be. you know.
100%,
So
100%.
he didn't ask, he didn't ask for a stepfather, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I owe it to him to, give him every opportunity to get the love from a stepfather like he's supposed to, man. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
man,
I would say that he couldn't have found a better one, bro. Why your wife could not have picked a better man to join to unify with, and I think that I think you do a fabulous job with both of those kids, man. Both of them, man. Your little dude, he a handful too, man. He's hilarious, dog. He was fun. He was fun to be around. That's for sure.
That's his daddy's son, boy. That boy, something
Yes,
else.
sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. That little shoulder deal.
Shoulder deal, man.
Shoulder deal. Yep. Yes, sir.
So we're gonna jump into I got a little segment in the show, man, where I do a little trivia. I got a few questions for you, man. I want you to try your best to answer them to the best of your abilities.
Ooh.
All right,
let's get it.
Now, first question is this, and look, don't be biased. Tell the truth. Tell the truth on every single one of these questions. All right.
Okay. All right, I got you.
All right. Who you starting at corner? This is a team of former Rebels. Who are you starting at cornerback? And why?
Cornerback.
And why? Yeah, you got two starting corners. You got the left one and the right one.
Okay.
And keep in mind.
So I get two picks.
You get two choices.
Okay.
Right. You got Rich Schroning, White boy Rich.
White boy Richie. You seen him lately, man? That cat rocked up, looking crazy.
You see him now? Now this back then though.
But listen, but he not starting because he didn't look like that back then. So we'll go to the next choice.
Nah, but Rich was all right back then, man.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
Rich. We got Mon out. We got Drip. We got Drip.
Okay.
We got Zoe. Alonzo Horn. And we got me. Who's starting and who back up?
Okay. So this is. I feel like you. I feel like you left the homie Zedric Ford off the list. You remember Ford? Zedric Ford. You left Ford off the list. So and I kind of it would be almost impossible. It would be blasphemous for him not to start at one side. Now, my heart wants to start Eddie Shaw on this other side because I'm on your podcast, and it would be blasphemous for me not to start you. You know what? I probably would give you and Ford the nod, right?
Right.
I would give you and Ford the nod, with Zoe being a close second. But this is the thing. In terms of ability and in terms of playing, I think you and Zoe are neck and neck. But since you said be honest, I think this is where Zoe get everybody at. Bro, was Alonzo Horn not the funniest, craziest football player you ever like? That was a bad play call. Singing like in the middle, like we running dudes down finna make a tackle, and he's singing songs.
No,
like I never experienced that, and he always he kept the locker room lighthearted. The don't run from the rain thing, that was all him. So Zoe definitely has a special place here.
Yeah, man.
A special place, but he could ball too. He was that dude too. So I speak his praises. But you know what? For the sake of what we doing today, I got Eddie Shaw over here and I got Zedric Ford over. I can't even believe you forgot about Ford, bro.
Hey, but look,
I can't believe it. Ford was a dog.
He was a dog. Hey, bro.
Dog.
He definitely starting. He's starting.
Dog.
I'm gonna tell you who my starters are.
All right, do it. Let's do it.
Zedric Ford definitely starting. Zoe got to be at the other corner. No question. Hey, dog. Not only was Zoe funny, but Zoe was played, dog.
He was talented, bro. He was talented. Them roses really smell like boo boo. Hey, you remember we being like man Zoe. Shouts to Alonzo Horn, Zozilla.
Like
my easily in any sport, anywhere I've ever been, probably my favorite teammate of all time, bro. All time.
Man.
That cat was hilarious. And it's just of the fact that he just kept you laughing. Man, but at the end of the day, man, when it was time to strap it up and time to get serious, man, he was lights out, man. He was lights out. I got his son at the school with me, man. That's dope.
What?
That's dope.
That's hey, hey, Drip got to be nickel too. I'm putting Drip at nickel, man.
Drip's up there too. And you know, mom wasn't a slouch either, man. And Mana come up, Mana dropped that wood on you, fam. So
mom was a dog, but hey, Mana fight you too, man. Mom was always fighting at the games, man.
100%.
Hey, shout out to Mom. That's my dog, man.
Shout out to the homie Mom.
Mom put a lot of game on me, man, at that corner position.
Shout to the homie Mom, Mon Allen. Yes, sir.
All right.
What we got next? Let's go. I like this. I like this game.
That's the first question. All right, look. Here go the second question right here, man. Second question. So give me your top 5 safeties. Let me give you a time frame because it's a very broad time frame.
We talking about NFL?
Huh? NFL.
Okay, NFL. Okay, I mean, I just give you 5. I can give you all time 5 or whatever you need.
Top 5.
Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna just go with the ones that I like. Okay, so we got Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater. Okay, so that's 2 kind of like old school. Anytime you willing to cut your finger off, bro, you're not to be messed with. You're not to be messed with. And Steve Atwater was like, you know, and he was, and he had, you know, back then that's the era of football that I kind of came up playing and whatnot. So you know, having bad intentions and all that was none of this targeting stuff. You done seen me plenty of times come back playing wide receiver, or I catch somebody just standing around. We pursuing the ball behind the ball. You ain't paying no attention, bro.
Right.
You finna catch it. So Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater, and check this out. Ed Reed.
Ed Reed, gotta
love Ed Reed. I love Sean Taylor too. And I hate that his career got cut short. And whatnot, man. Because I think that dude was finna be, you know, he was gonna be something. He was something that, man, unbelievable. Troy Polamalu, man, too. I feel like I gravitate a little bit toward him because I felt like maybe he's a little bit more undersized, I think, than most guys were. But he was vicious, bro. He was vicious. And shout to the Samoa homies, man. There's a couple dudes I played ball with way back when I was living in Germany, Tofa and Vanu. It's a couple of little Samoan kids that I've coached, and man, hey, listen, man, they represent well for the culture, bro. They represent their people well. They some dogs, fearless individuals, man. I love it. So Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater, Polamalu, Ed Reed, and you know, we'll throw Sean Taylor in there.
Sean Taylor, top 5. Okay,
top 5.
That's not a bad list. That's not a bad.
That ain't bad. You could, you know, Rod Woodson is out there. I'm trying to think who else I might be forgetting about. And you know what? It would be difficult for me to even name 5 safeties that are playing professional football right now because I don't even really watch it, bro.
I do. These cats today are more of like, I don't know, they're more like hybrid safeties, man. I think Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, those were some of the last. You got that boy in Atlanta now. That's what's his name? They got the young kid in Atlanta. He one of the best safeties in the league. Him and Justin Simmons. They some of your top safeties in the league now. But you can't even hit nobody no more, man. You can't even really make them type plays no more.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I felt like was it the USC game? I think USC was playing. Who were they? LSU or something like that. And the kid got a target. Like, that never would have been called targeting
Right.
back when, when I was playing college football, when we were playing semi-pro ball. That call would never have been, you know what I mean? And really, what can you do? How could you have hit him any different? And so, I understand why they're trying to legislate and get that stuff out of the game, especially with some of the things that are. But bro, I mean, like the homie who got hit jumped up and spun the ball and was like, So I mean, we at some point, man, we got to get back to a little bit of that. We don't want to do the Neanderthalic type of stuff, but I just think times is different, bro. Times are different. Yeah, that's for sure.
Budda Baker is my favorite safety that's playing today. I don't know if you like Budda Baker. Yeah, matter of fact, Budda Baker, he's an undersized safety. He's like 5'9", maybe.
He was in Arizona, right? I felt like Arizona for a little bit.
Yeah. Hey,
and,
bro,
what's the homie that dates Simone Biles, man? Played for Chicago.
He played for the Packers, don't he? Yeah.
Nah, he played for Chicago.
He played for the Bears. I can't remember. He all right. I mean, he ain't. He all right.
He all right. He bad. Like I said, I couldn't name 5 safeties, active current safeties in the league, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm on a different wave than most people. These days, man, I don't even watch a whole lot of sports. I don't. Yeah. And especially since I started this class, bro. This right here, this is what be eating me up.
Right? Learning, baby. Don't worry. Hey, real quick, let me shout out to Rayvon. Rayvon chimed in. He had a comment he put on there, man. Shout out to Rayvon, man.
Shout out to Rayvon Stevenson.
Yeah, Rayvon Stevenson. Yeah, I ain't gonna let me forget when you caught that pass at OT. Rayvon the dog too now.
And listen. I want to say this. I want to give Rayvon these flowers while he on here because I feel like this Eddie and I'm telling you it's not coincidental that the homie chimed in that he came on because Rayvon and I had the opportunity to coach. This would have been like 2021, 2020, something like that. And it was some people. I'm telling you, bro, I was going through something super ugly. They weren't gonna give me a job, none of that. And they made sure that didn't happen. They made sure. And I went out and I want to give Rayvon these flowers, man, because I went out yesterday out to Cash. I drove the Eisenhower kids out there, the football team. I'm not even coaching anymore. I sat up in the press box and I wrote this paper right over here. And but I was watching it in between, man. Rayvon has these kids out here playing, and I think just his knowledge, the intricacy, the little nuances of what he understands and how he understands the game of football is something that I don't think a lot of people will give him credit for because there's a lot of haters running around in Lawton, and in particular, there's a lot of people who naysayers that feel this way or feel, you know what? Rayvon would have been a really, really good addition on this squad right here.
Oh, you bet your life he would.
If we'd had him, if he was a little bit older, man, we'd have had him around back during that time. But I can't say enough. I can't say enough that how impressed I was with the way that the Central Cougars played football yesterday, man. Especially defensively, the way they rallied around the ball. He got some skilled kids that you can tell that he's working on. With the quarterback, we're talking about ball placement. We're talking about high point in the football. All these little bitty nuanced things that a coach would see and kind of notice. I can tell Rayvon is not missing any of them details, man. So somebody need to give him them flowers, bro. And I'm that dude. Rayvon, I'm gonna sing your praises for forever, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. My dude got his own gym. He out here training the kids. Stepping up to the plate, man. Stepping up to the plate. The folks out in Elgin don't want to hear it either, but he said he trained half of that team out there too. They came down and thumped Mac. Yeah. And we know why that is. We know why it is.
Hey, me and Rayvon had a lot of me and Rayvon, man. That's my dog, man. That's my dog. Shout out to you, Rayvon.
Shout out to Rayvon Stevens. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Shout out to my boy Freddie Burks. He chimed in.
Okay, yeah. Tell Freddie to keep his shirt on, man.
Hey,
Tell Fred to keep his shirt
no
on.
more Fredo, man. Get off
Keep his
Fred, man.
shirt
That's my,
on. Fred, hey,
hey,
Fred,
that's my
hey,
dog.
Fred,
Fredo,
Fred, the only
Fredo had
dude when.
talent.
Yeah, look, Fred, the only dude. As soon as he come around, I get insecure. He the only one that make me feel insecure, bro.
Hey, that's my dog. Fred had talent too, though, bro. Fred didn't
Yeah,
Fred come out this year?
yeah, he was out there with us playing flag football too for a little bit. Is he Eisenhower guy too though?
I think yeah.
Yeah, he I dude, I think.
Yeah. Hey, guess who else chimed in, Dre?
Who
Coach
else?
Tony, man.
Oh yeah,
Coach
and
Anderson.
look, Coach Anders. Hey, listen, man. Without a doubt, without a doubt, without a doubt, the you know during Tony Anders will forever have and garner the utmost respect from me.
Oh yeah.
I think that we could not have found when you talk about what it means to be a rebel. I think that he embodies that. I think that I think that he was the perfect coach to come on. Man, especially like you remember all the little stuff we was going through with the homie from Wichita, Kansas, and coming down and selling these tickets and all that.
Yep.
And then
Oh yeah.
I ain't even
I remember that.
I'm not even going to mention the other guy who was coaching, who called himself the head coach. You know, for us for a little bit before he got up out of there. And you know, it's not about making people look bad or look crazy, man. But I just think he fit that mentality. Attitude reflects leadership, and you know Coach Anders was able to galvanize a group of crazy, rabid, like you know we could not wait to play football, and I'm telling
Man.
you, man, just being around and just thinking about hearing his voice. I saw him yesterday too. Man, tell me, dude, don't got the perfect voice to be a football.
Bro,
I can't even emulate that. Man,
bro.
it was such a yeah.
Hey,
And he was a dog. He had that mentality.
hey,
He fit the mold perfectly. The way he carried himself, man. Shouts to coach up there. Top two,
yeah,
top three football coaches for me for sure.
for sure, man.
Ever.
Tony, man,
Top
he
two,
was
top three.
dog. Tony, I tell you what, speaking from my experience, he knew how to get the best out of everybody, no matter your talent.
Again, that's what a leader's supposed to
No
do.
matter your talent, bro. He knew like if he all right, so if he seen you slacking in practice, he gonna bust you. He gonna get on you, bro. Like what like he gonna get on you. Not only get on you, but he gonna let you know, bro, like you better than that. What are you doing, bro? Like
I
again, that was at the bottom of the list as
so
far as
so
Tony. And Tony
so
was like, hey, one of the better ones out here. You just don't know it yet.
yeah. And it takes a special person, number one, to recognize that, but also, you know, draw that out of you. And I think that's you know that's what he was. When people think about semi-pro football, you know, you don't think about, you know, a lot of people don't take it very serious. It doesn't necessarily garner a lot of consideration. But man, I'm telling you, for sure, those 2 years, 2005 and 2006, man. You know, you could have put those groups up there. I'm talking about from the top of that organization down to the bottom, bro. A lot of people could have learned a lot from what we were doing, what we were able to accomplish, and having Tony Anders spearheading that, man, at the top of that, man, it was no mistake. It was no coincidence, bro. Was no coincidence, and I absolutely adore dude, and his character and all that, the way he carried himself, he's a true rebel, man. True rebel. Love you,
Man.
coach.
Hey, I knew Coach was real. I knew he was real when he tore his knee up. Came out, they told him not to coach. That man came out to the game, coached, almost got into a fight with a tore up knee, dog. You remember that?
I do. And I could add a couple
extra layers on top of that because he was coaching some elementary school kids. Pop Warner stuff around here, man, and he had to get saucy with a couple of folks.
So I know he still got it in him too, man. So that attitude reflect leadership, bro. You can't instill anything in people that you yourself don't have. And I'm telling you, that mentality that we are not here to play any games. We're here to kill everything moving. I love that. I love that. I love that. And whether that was the right or wrong way to look at it, you can't argue with the results.
Nah.
You know, 2 CFL championships, you know, 2 CFL MVPs, the Minor League Football Hall of Fame in 2014. I know him and Carvin Brown,
man.
I mean, a match made in heaven, bro. A coaching match made in heaven.
Shout out to Carvin Brown, man.
Shout out to Carvin Brown. Shout out to the homie Carvin Brown running the Oklahoma Blood Institute. And then when we start talking, think about all these dudes, right? At the top, at the pinnacle of our organization, or when we were playing football, and think about what these guys are doing now. You know, I don't necessarily know what Coach Tony is doing, but you know, Carvin. For a long time, him and his wife were running the Oklahoma Blood Institute. He got a promotion. I think they moved away, something like that. I bumped into Ricky Herbert. Shout out to Ricky Herbert yesterday. Yeah. He's coaching over at the middle school and the high school over at Eisenhower. So you know, all these different guys have gone on and are doing something in leadership positions, bro. And I you know, I think that really speaks to just how good we had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. We even I can't believe I'm about to have a brain fart. But the offensive line coach, young dude, I forgot his name.
Charles Gustav.
Gustav. Yeah.
Goose, man. Coach Goose. I can't even believe. Look, and his name was in my. I just didn't say it. Shout out to Coach Goose. Gustav. He's in the military now.
Man, X's and O's. He knew it.
He knew it. That 4-2-5 defense we ran, all those different stunts and blitzes. You know, I hate to say it like this, but it's a bunch of Eisenhower dudes, and that, you know, that was, you know, they direct competition. They the ops rivals or whatnot. But man, they're really good at what they do. Very, very knowledgeable at what they did too, man. Man, I'm telling you, 2005 and 2006, Eddie Shaw,
bro.
Football wise, it was like heaven, bro. It was like heaven. I could not wait. I could not wait for Saturday at 7:00 to. You remember this? We used to shoot a 5-hour energy and eat a Snickers, right before we take that little drive out there out to Cash. Get ready to play, man. And I'm telling you, bro, man, most special times of my life, man. Special times of my life.
You know what I regret? I got one regret, bro.
What's that?
I regret that I didn't get to see, because I used to hear so much about. Shout out to Derek Camacho, dog. I used to hear Mach was that guy, and I didn't get to see it because, you know, when I came, Macho was hurt. His hamstrings were bad.
Yeah. That hamstring. I think that hamstring still bothering him. You know, he be trying to run marathons and stuff like that now. But man, shout to his son Brennan. In 2015, the Rhinos, we went down. We're the only team in Oklahoma to ever go to Dallas and win the Night Bowl.
Wow.
The Rhinos. So I was a part of that team. Zach Ainge, Jesse Keith. Man, we had some dogs on that team too. But anyway, getting back to what you were saying, like, you know, just being around the guys, man, just being around the fellas, man, I miss that so much, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Macho, man.
I miss that so much. And come on, and Derek is one of them dudes. You know, between me and you, you know, you said something about Mon, but Derek was the one that was always trying to fight people.
And
he did not care at all.
Yo, let me
at
tell you a
all.
story,
It was
Let
whatever.
me tell you a story about Macho. How I know he was that guy.
Uh-huh.
Hey, all right. We used to go, hey, Macho, shout out to Macho, because Macho saved me one night from getting messed up real bad.
Okay,
So we went to this
I want to hear this.
Yo, we went to this club, right? We used to go to this club on what's that road out there? I want to say out there in this 67, Lee Boulevard in 67, bro.
Man, you talking about scooters, bro?
Nah, what scooters? It was a club out there out by Lee and 60. Yeah, by Lee and 67. They was only in existence for like 2 years, but it was popping when it was out there. His homeboy, one of his homeboys, big swole dude. They was known when you got kicked out of their club. Oh, you was getting messed up. If you got kicked out there, if you disrupted the money, you getting beat up, right? So hey, look, the owner, he was a cool dude who used to work out at the gym I worked out at. But him and his staff, when they kicked you out, boy, foot, boot, and all. So I got real toe up. Me, Jesse, Tristan, all was out there. I got toe up, bro. And I forgot why I got kicked out the club, bro. But they kicked me out the club.
First of all, I can't even imagine you getting toe up like that. I don't think I ever seen that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't usually do it, but for some reason this night we had a blast, bro. So I got kicked out the club, right? So they surrounded me, right? They about to. I didn't know what was going on until after Camacho told me. I see these dudes surrounding me, right? Hey, Camacho came out there, was like, "Hey, nah, bro, like, hold on. I know this dude. Don't come on, man, don't do that." I seen him like kind of leaning over, talking to big dude because he was about to swell me up. And then Macho was like, "Nah, man, don't do that, bro. Like, I know him. He cool, man. He ain't even, man. Look, he don't know, man." Hey, Macho was like, "You about to swell you up, bro." Macho saved me from getting my butt whooped, bro. I owe that. I owe you, Mach.
Yeah, I feel like the opposite. I feel like Camacho was about to get me or get us in a whole bunch of fights. Because I don't know. I don't know if you, because I remember this like it was yesterday. It was we went to Wichita, Kansas. Zedrick jumped the slant and went like 99 yards for a touchdown. We ended up beating them. This was all after that little that thing about selling the tickets and whatnot. Camacho and Alonzo. You remember? I don't even want to get these dudes no oxygen. I don't want to say his name, but the general manager of the team we were playing, the Aztecs, and his brother came out there after we beat them, and got upset. And Derek and Alonzo was ready to fight everybody in Wichita, Kansas, bro. I don't even know if you remember this. The dudes ran back to the parking lot. And was finna, and man, listen, and this is probably why they don't take semi-pro that serious, because it wasn't finna be no swelling, man. It was finna be some rounds flying somewhere or something like that.
You say so, yeah.
But again, that's kind of like a double-edged sword, because you want to be with dudes that are fearless. You know what I'm saying? You want them guys. Like if I'm walking down the alley. If I'm in the trenches, if I'm in the foxhole, do I want to be? And listen, you could go across the board, and this is what was really dope about this team, because not a lot of people, I don't think, feel like they have this. And you could check the box on everybody that wore that uniform, bro.
Yeah, man.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody was with it. Everybody wanted to smoke. Everybody. And I'm telling you, for them 2 years, I just still to this day, man, I haven't really been around an environment or been a part of it. Even the teams that I've coached, I've been able to capture a little bit of that here and there, man. But I'm telling you, man, this was special.
Yeah, man.
This was special, bro.
Watching AJ Lewis, Camacho, them dudes at linebacker, man. But you want to know who I looked at? I was like, man, this dude, he's smooth. The game looks so easy to him, bro. Like Jesse Yoder, bro. Shout out to Jesse Yoder.
Oh, yeah,
bro,
JY, man. No doubt. Number 4 game.
Bro,
Number 4 game.
That white dude was cold, bro. The game looked easy to JY, yo. It didn't look like he was never trying hard to me, bro.
I wouldn't disagree. JY, the biggest compliment I think I could pay JY is the kind of husband and man and father and everything that he is now, man. I have just so much respect for him. We had, me and him had a little incident. You might have been playing flag football with us when this happened, because we kind of got into it a little bit, and it was dope. It was funny because I think it's one of them things where, you know, you try to check somebody, and somebody you trying to check end up kind of checking you a little bit, and it wasn't like no you know, no little bro stuff or nothing like that. It was like, hey man, we better than this, my dude. And I think that because of the mutual respect that we shared, you know, we were kind of able to talk and get past that. But yeah, man, them little flag football games used to get ignorant, bro, out in the parking lot with Steve and John, and man, come on, bro. Come on, but we can talk football all day. We can talk football all day.
I already know, man.
All day.
Man,
shout out to the homie Jesse Yoder though, man, and his family. I love seeing I see him around here and there and whatnot, man. And it's always just mutual respect and love, man. 100%.
For sure, man. Man,
Yes, sir.
I got my last trivia question, man.
All right.
If you had to pick, man, let me ask you this. What you doing right now? If you had to pick, what would be your next, like, are you trying to do, like, you know, I know you're going back to get your master's, but are you trying to do, like, stay in crisis intervention, or are you trying to do
okay, so to answer that question directly, I'm a school administrator now, so that I don't have the same training, necessarily the credentials, or anything like that as what a principal has. I've been delegated the ability and the authority to handle discipline. I can send kids home, quote unquote. We don't even call it suspension anymore. We call it a virtual placement, because kids can go to school on their computers and stuff now. But I can do that. I send kids to ISD. I run an ISD program. We've hired this fabulous lady, man, Miss Brody, man, our new ISD supervisor. She's actually pretty cool, and I'm hoping that she and I can share a long tenure together, because I feel like I love the way she handles herself. I love the way she handles the kids and stuff like that. So technically, I'm already really an administrator. Okay, so I already wear that hat. The degree, the master's degree in ed leadership, will allow for me to be able to become a principal or gain a principalship. So, I would imagine that if the opportunity presented itself, I would open up as an assistant principal somewhere, and then maybe on down the line somewhere be able to move into being a head principal. I'll be quite honest with you though, be careful about what we speak, because we don't want to speak it into existence or whatever, man. But I can't see myself unless I got this degree and the job opened up at Eisenhower Middle School, bro. I don't ever want to go anywhere or work anywhere else other than Eisenhower Middle School. I'm that in love with the kids there, the west side of town, especially with the way things have kind of unfolded in my life since 2020. The people that I work with, the admin team, the teachers, just the entire environment, bro. Hopefully, I ain't going anywhere. So, I can get the degree, and whatever little bump in pay that comes with that, it'd be nice. But if I get that opportunity to move up and become a principal and be a principal at Eisenhower Middle School one day, I think that's the direction that I'm going in, bro. Yep, man. Or let me say this, because wifey kind of been on me a little bit, and I know we've been on here for quite some time, but I have been looking. Okay, I have been looking at a couple of jobs over in Japan, bro. There's some DoD schools, and they need and they need principals over there. And I in Okinawa, and a couple of one in Kyoto, not Kyoto. There's not a base there, I don't think. If I get the opportunity, I don't know if you ever been to Japan, but I got to go there last Christmas, and I fell in love with that place. The order and the structure, the way that they carry themselves. I'm talking about from the top down, old to young, young to old. Just the way that people carry themselves over there is different, bro. And it's hard. It's hard not to leave that place and for that not to have had an impact on you, especially the way that I was kind of brought up. So I'm not gonna lie, I'll apply for a couple of these jobs after I get this master's. And if anybody want to bring your boy on, I'll be gone. But that'll be it, man. So it's either Japan or Eisenhower Middle School, bro.
Come on,
That's
man.
it.
Hey, I remember when you and Dexter went over there, man. How long did y'all stayed over there? 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks.
Would you go back?
I would leave tomorrow. I'm telling Eddie, if I could sustain being over there, if I had a revenue stream or had a job or I could make a man, I would leave tomorrow and go back over there. That's how the culture of respect and politeness. Again, these are things that I try to instill in kids and adults and people around me all the time, bro. So it's like, to go to a place where that is the norm, where that's what's expected. I was blown away by just how orderly, how clean the place is, how respectful the people are. Check this out. Even the ones that don't mess with you, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely some folks you can tell, you know what I mean? I don't know how many black people they used to seeing, but me and Debbie went to a couple of places for sure that there's not a lot of us, you know what I mean? Man, it's still just the culture of respect, just the way that they carry themselves, bro. I'm telling you, the silence on the train, the sitting down, the bowing, the putting others first, man. I loved it, bro. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. And then I got to see my boy over there. Got to see Drayon over there. We went to go see Godzilla -1 in Shinjuku at a theater where man, I'm telling you, bro, I could go on and on all day about that experience too. And listen, so before we close, I know we're getting a little long. I want to attribute that, to my education. I want to attribute the ability to do some of these things. First I want to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Me and you talked about this all the time. And sharing our faith. Number one, and then number two, also, man, it just goes without saying that how important education has been in my life, and how I view education. We can get to touch on this, but I think this might be a good opportunity to close because I don't want to. I can make this thing 3 hours if you want, bro. But education is man. Education has been such a huge and monumental part of my life. And I would like to encourage anybody who manages to make it through these last 2 hours and see this portion of your podcast, man, and what we've done here, to buy in to education because the payoff is worth it. I look at education as being a defense mechanism, a weapon in a lot of different cases, especially for people of color, man. Because again, I went through some things that I don't think I should have had to have gone through it, but I think that without the character piece, the ability to kind of stand on your merit and be who you say you are, but also the ability to be well spoken, to be well written, to be able to go in certain environments and conduct yourself a certain type of way, but also to be able to communicate, man. I think, and have the emotional intelligence, have the wherewithal, have the articulation to be able to communicate and get your point across. I think it's something that young people of color are sorely missing out on. So I try to promote and definitely champion education, man. As if nothing else, if you don't even want to buy into it, you don't want to have nothing to do with school. You need to do it for these two reasons, because it's a huge defense mechanism. Okay, it's a huge defense mechanism, and you can turn around and use your knowledge, man, and your abilities through your education, man, as a weapon. And there's going to be plenty of people that try to keep you from things, to keep you out of really the realization of your own destiny. And I think education, number one, it qualifies us and allows us to gain entry into certain places where people try to keep you out, but you check every last one of these boxes, so you can't keep me from here. And I just think that it's something that so many young people are kind of taking for granted, shunning or overlooking the importance of having a quality education and buying into education, man. And as somebody of color, I get to speak on this because I got the access code, and that is young people, man. If find something that you like, because education is going to be applicable to any situation. And there's trade schools, there's all different types of alternatives and stuff like that, man. But find something that you like to do, man, and dig in and hone in and get focused on it, man. Because education is a huge advantage that not very many people are taking advantage of.
Dude, I 100% agree with you, bro. What would you say to these groups or group of people who think that education is a waste of time? Like, there are some people out there that think that attending these higher learning institutions or just colleges in general not only is a waste of time, but it's a waste of money, because by the time you finish, you're in 80 to 85% of people who go to college end and finish college in debt.
Yeah, so definitely, and I'm struggling with that now, because a part of the motivation for me to go back was that there's been some grant money and some other things that have been offered in order for me to go and achieve this higher education. So at a nominal cost or whatever, but I don't think it's going to end up panning out and being like that. So again, there are a myriad of alternatives to actually going to college, bro. There's trade school. You can go become a plumber, work HVAC. There's all sorts of things. Electrician, a carpenter, and these people making bread. And I think that there are so many other ways in which you could be a mechanic. There's all types of stuff that kids can do. And different ways that you can find something that you really like and that you really enjoy doing, that will be lucrative, and that will sustain you throughout the remainder of your life, man. And again, there's got to be some discipline applied to that.
I agree.
There's got to be some hard work ethic and all that other type of stuff too. But and there's so many, you can apply for grants and scholarships. There's all types of stuff that, a lot of people probably don't necessarily know. My people perish for the lack of knowledge, man. So having an understanding and being able to go out and search these things, there's all types of stuff out here, man, that people could be utilizing in different avenues you could be going down. Because I'm with that too. That's hustling backwards to me, bro. I'm not trying to go to school and get out owing more money than the job is going to pay me. You see what I'm saying? So I got you there too. But again, there's so many different ways and so many different avenues that you can go and get a trade, or you can go and do this job or work in this field over here, XYZ, man, and still make it out and be doing pretty good.
I agree with you 100%, man. And my answer to that, when they asked me that question, or when they said that statement, my exact answer was, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. College to me was, man, it taught me how to be very broad and well-rounded in accounting, in my everyday, in everyday life, man. Accounting, like it just well-rounded me, bro. I'm well-versed. I can step into any environment, any situation, and adjust to it, all based on what I learned from college. Good and bad experiences, man. Look,
100%.
The fact is that I went to school, I got put on academic probation. They was about to suspend me, and it taught me, look, hey, if I get kicked out of this school, I ain't got nowhere else to go. I can't go back home because ain't nothing back there for me. So what did it teach me to do? Well, dude, first of all, you're going to finish what you started. You're going to basically learn how to prioritize your time. This education, this school is more important than anything you got going on right now. So learn how to prioritize your time, put this school as a priority. Everything else will come. And I'm seeing the direct results of it right now.
100%. 100%. You live in a very nice, lovely home. You have
Yeah.
a very beautiful wife and two lovely young sons, and I can attest to that. You know, at the end of the day, bro, what do we go to school for? What do we go to college for? We go to get this degree. We get this piece of
Right.
paper, and this piece of paper helps us get these other pieces of paper. Does that
Right.
make sense? And
Yeah.
and you know, we can attribute a lot of different things to why there seem to be so many, in particular, maybe even so many young people of color who their switch and their drive for education is just turned off, the flipped completely off.
Right.
And that's scary. That's a scary concept to think about. But you know, ultimately, man, there's so many other cases where you see all these other people who have gone on to achieve higher education, who have gone on to get a trade, and they're making a decent living for themselves. And again, for us, for young people of color in particular, it's my job as a coach, as a mentor, as a dean to set these people in front of you, and also be that example as well, to pay this forward, to show you that these things are possible. Okay, if you are willing to put the work in and go and be driven enough to go achieve these things for yourself, man. Because again, this this goes back to what I said a little earlier, man. Nobody is lining up to give us anything, Eddie. We ain't getting no handouts, bro. So you know, gotta give you all the tools that you need to utilize these 10 fingers and these 2 hands, bro, to dig it up out of the mud for yourself. And education, and so look at it like this: education. If I gotta go dig something up out of the mud, education is a shovel, bro. That's the best metaphor of the whole conversation, man. Because you're gonna need to be educated in something at some point, at some time, really, in order to be. And listen, I don't care if you're an accountant. I don't care if you're a doctor. I don't care if you're a mechanic. I don't care if you're a teacher. You got to know how to write. You got to know how to spell. You got to know how to complete sentences, right? You got to know how to you got to know how to file your taxes. You got to know how to multiply, add, subtract, all these different things, man. So there is a need for there to be a buy-in for young people, man. And so I try to stress that. And again, you know, in certain situations, when people, if you want to say it's because of what I look like on the outside, my exterior tried to keep me from something, my ability to go through the proper channels, bro, and bark up the right trees, bro, and construct 17 pages, 18 pages worth of factual information
that you had to actually find.
All of that. Yeah, all of that, and it you know, again, it speaks to your ability to defend yourself, okay, and your ability to fight back. Bro. You know, when people trying to cut short your destiny, bro, and we just not having it over this way.
Yeah, bro, you hit the nail on the head, man. I went to court last week for my job. I had to represent my company, and man, they were like, bro, you know, we had to, you know, somebody was obviously trying to sue us. But the one thing, again, going back to education, you go in to get your car fixed. You sign the document giving them consent to work on your vehicle. That is a legally binding document. Now, what people don't understand is that whatever goes on that piece of paper, you got to make sure that you document everything that happens from the time that they sign it, that customer signs that paper, to the time you give it back to them. Because everything that you put on that document, it can be upheld in the court of law. Absolutely. And if somebody tries to say that you did this, you messed this up, if you don't have proper documentation, proper information, and you know, facts to, you know, if it does go into the court of law to defend what you're saying, you go ahead and put a blank check and let them write whatever amount it is. And I prevented that from happening for my company, bro.
100%. So in the corporate world, they call that CYA.
You bet your life. Yes, sir.
That's what they show to do. So yeah, that's what that's called. And you know, you live and you learn through these experiences and stuff like that. But again, man, again, if we don't possess the rudimentary skills to be able to read, to be able to write, to be able to talk, to be able to articulate and utilize problem solving, emotional intelligence, all these different. And when you standing up there on the stand, I listen. I've been in court a couple times. That's an uncomfortable. I don't care if you there for somebody looking at you commit the commission of a crime, or if you just there to testify or whatever. That's not a comfortable place to be at.
It's not
at all. And so they're definitely. But when you open your mouth, when you speak, when you carry yourself, you need to be articulate and know what it is that you're talking about. You need to be competent, because I do believe that competence also builds and creates in us a certain level of confidence. Does that make sense? 100%.
And
100%.
I wouldn't have, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I love college, every bit of it, bro. Like if you ask 10 people, 7 of them are gonna say public speaking is one of their biggest fears, and I got over that fear once I went to school.
Absolutely, me too. In speech class. In speech class, man. I remember it.
Yeah, man. Hey, real quick before I let you go, I gotta have you back on here at some point.
Man, whenever you name the time and the place, bro. Yeah,
we gonna because we're gonna bring somebody special back on here, man. We touched on him a little bit, but we're gonna have him back on here.
Okay, so it's gonna be a surprise for me, or I can't know right now.
I'll let you know.
Okay. I'm with it. I don't
want to ruin it for him. But I sent you something too. Check your messenger when you get off. When we get off of here, man. I sent you something special.
Okay, yes, sir. Hey, listen, man. Before we get out of here, I want to tell you that I personally am very proud of the man that you have become, the leader in your household and your community. The fact that you have done this is something really that I aspire to do. I've had these ideas. We talked about this, kind of kicked this back and forth. Something I would like to do up at the school, man, to champion diversity, to show the diversity of Eisenhower Middle School, but also to kind of show the humanity and the side of what makes the place where I work at a place that I've come to call home, man, very special, man. So I admire everything about you, man, and the fact that you have been able to put this together, man, is so dope. And little things, big things have small beginnings, and I hope that this is something that ends up blowing up, man, and being a huge success for you. You already successful, just to the fact that you branched out to do this, bro. And I'm so impressed by it, man. Thank you. And I'm honored to be here and be so long-winded and be talking and taking up 2 hours and 15 minutes of your time and all of that, bro. I appreciate it.
This is Sugar Trey, man. Ain't that long-winded about it, man? You dropped some gems to these people, man.
Sugar.
I want to give you your flowers too, bro, because again, you one of those type of dudes who really don't understand the impact that you had on me. I had my AAU coach on here about a month ago, man, and I don't know if you've seen that episode, but he played a huge role in life, man, earlier on, in the development of what you see. But like I said, when I came to Oklahoma, bro, you were one of them dudes, man, who put his arm over my shoulder, like, hey, look, I'm gonna show you how to this manhood stage, man.
Yeah.
I watched everything you did. From the swag to how you raised those kids to what you went through, bro. Trust me when I tell you, I was watching everything, man. How you carried yourself, how God was number one in your life. I watched it. And when shout out to Debster. When you met Debster, Debbie Swanson.
Yeah. I think I'll keep her.
How you put her up here, bro? How you did this and put her up here, bro?
Yeah, it would have took a couple more hands for me to do that the way you just did it. But she's been very instrumental in that. We can go a whole nother hour, man, probably talking about our wives. And you know what? Something else too that there needs to be a light shined on it is marriage, man. The institution, the importance, man, all of that. But yeah, man, I appreciate this. This was a treat, man. This was a treat.
I definitely got to have you back on, man. Man, I appreciate you, man. This was huge for me, and a lot of people wanted to hear about education. So I thought about a couple of different people, but you was definitely at the top of that list. That's why I had you on here, because I knew you was gonna be able to shed light on it, man. So I definitely appreciate it.
100%. So really, okay, the reason, and I don't know, maybe because this has already been super long, but I went and got this this paper that I had typed up because I was prepared to offer, more than just my emotion and my feelings, some statistics and stuff like that. Because I wrote a paper. No, we good though. We good though. I feel like I definitely touched on everything I touched on in this paper. I just didn't, you know what I mean? It was a lot of stuff about, well, the paper, the topic of the paper was written on critical race theory, and what it actually means. Because I think, a couple years ago, a lot of people were up in arms about how it supposedly teaches that one race is better than another one, and that's not what that's not what critical race theory is about at all. But
let's take a couple minutes touch on it. If you don't
okay,
mind.
yeah. Because so look at this. I'm at about 13%, and I gotta go cook my wife dinner. So
I got you.
So I'm gonna blaze through this anyway. So what critical race theory attempts to do is to explain why there seems to be such a disproportionate number of people of color who are in these disadvantageous positions. Does that make sense? So it doesn't have anything to do with teaching anybody that one race is better than the other one or any of that. It seeks to explain stuff like this. Okay, and I looked this up because I found these numbers, and I think that these relate to law and public schools. Okay, there's 25%. 25% African American students in AP courses, 18% Hispanic, 30%, 38% that are white, 3% Asian, 6 Native American, and 10 multiracial. All right. LPS students in talented courses, 17% African American, 16% Hispanic, 49% white, 5% Asian, 6% Native American. All right. LPS out of school suspension. Listen to this. 42% African American, 14% Hispanic, 27% white, 1% Asian, 6% Native American, 10% multiracial. All right, percentage of public school people, principals, people in leadership positions, 6.7% African American. All right. After I get my degree, I hope to be a part of that 6.7. Maybe it'll go up to 7%. I don't know. 78% white and 11% other. Percentage of distribution of public school teachers by race and ethnicity, 1.1%. 1.1% African American. 79.8% white, right? 8.4% Native American, 4.7% Hispanic. Okay, and this is I got all this stuff off the dashboard of nces.ed.go. Okay, so this is like a website that I pulled this off of, and I was able to get a couple of statistics. Anyway, to wrap a big bow around that, what does all that say? That all that says is that people of color need to buy into education, because we need more representation. We need more people who look like us, so that the little kids who are coming up in education can see that people like them, that look like them, can also be successful in these fields and in these different endeavors, man. And I think I feel really good about where I'm at and what it is that I'm doing. I never in a million years would have saw myself being a principal or on the path to becoming one of those, or even being a dean. But I'm definitely glad that I got the opportunity to talk about this, speak about this, and I'm grateful that you have offered me a platform, bro. I love you dearly, man.
Hey, bro, 100%. Listen, it starts with people like you, man. Shout out to you. Jasmine Tolliver is another one. She's a principal now. What does it start in the home? Like, how do we get more? Because that was a huge
definitely. It starts there, because home is as big a factor in education as anything else. If I'm trying to teach you something at school, and the only time you hear about these things and that includes character education,
Yeah.
social emotional learning, and all that other type of stuff. If I teach you the opposite of what you learning at the crib, then we kind of have a wash. I wouldn't even call it a wash. You can't overcome, and I don't want to say anything crazy about anybody, but education can't necessarily a lot of times overcome bad parenting or misguided parenting. I don't want to call anybody, because I don't think any of our kids, but there are a lot of factors that play into that. If I wasn't a really good student and I didn't really want to do well in school, my kids probably won't show that aptitude either. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah. So there definitely has to be, and I love what I do, because I think more so than most people, more so than anybody, I get to establish connections between the school and home. So there is an opportunity, I feel like, that I have, even more so than most administrators, most teachers, just most people in the building, man, to convey the importance of how bad I want for each and every one of these children up underneath my charge to be successful academically, to be successful with their character as well, but also for these expectations and desires that we have for them here at school to line up and match the expectations that they have at home, man.
100%. Man, well 100%. Said, man. Well said, 100%. Bro. Man.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and cook. I don't want Debbie call me Eddie. You know what? You held them up too long.
yeah. And listen, so check this out. When we started, my phone was on 100%. It's at 11%, bro. We've been rocking.
Hey, well worth the time, bro. And look, like you said about a week or two ago when we first thought about having this, it's gonna be so organic. We're not gonna even realize how much time we've been on here for 2 hours and 24 minutes.
2 hours and 23 minutes. And I love it, bro. I love it. I appreciate it.
Hey, bro. Hey, as always, man, love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Keep motivating and inspiring people, because we need it. Our kids need it, bro. And man, I wish nothing but the best, man. God bless you, man. I appreciate you, man.
Likewise. I love you, dog. God bless you. Don't run from the rain.
All right, man. I appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir.
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
You, my brethren.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. Man, I appreciate y'all for staying with me, man. This has been a very, very informative discussion, man. My special guest, DeAndre Swanson, man, it's a longtime friend of mine, man. Well in the 20-year friendship. But as you can see, man, he's educating our kids, man. I think it starts at the home, for real. It starts at home, man. Again, like he said, if you weren't a good student yourself, or if you don't care as much about being a great student of education that's not at the forefront of what you're teaching in your home, it's not going to matter to these kids. And then they're going to start to kind of expand into other areas. And remember this, they get way more a lot of these kids get a lot of influence from outside the home. So it's very important in what we talk to our kids about in our household, man. So, man, I really appreciate y'all for sticking with me, man. Again, I want to give a shout out to DeAndre Swanson for being my guest today, man. He did a very good job, man. Hey, peace and love, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with me this long, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Y'all hear my son crying in the background. I gotta go tend to that, man. So y'all have a good one.
This is the golden rule.